The 7 levels of lost media we may never find again. Level 1. The delisted demo. You remember the smell of ozone and the flicker of the CRT? It was October 2014 when PT vanished from the PlayStation Store without warning. Konami scrubbed it digitally, turning your hard drive into a permanent brick overnight. Over 1 million downloads existed globally before the purge began silently. You can't buy it, you can't reinstall it, you can't even gift it to a friend. It is the first major casualty of the digital ownership era we live in. That corridor exists now only in screen captures and emulation myths online. We thought software was permanent until the server went dark forever. It was just a license agreement away from total deletion instantly. But at least the code still exists somewhere on a forgotten server. Level 2 is physical, and it hurts much more to lose. Level 2. The cartridge that never was. EarthBound 64 was slated for a global 1998 release date officially. Only 3 working prototypes were ever manufactured by Nintendo internally. You can hold the gray plastic, but you cannot play the game ever. One cartridge sold at a private auction for $150,000 in 2021 alone. Nintendo destroyed the rest to prevent competitive leaks from spreading early. Imagine holding the sequel to your childhood in a locked vault permanently. The code is complete, but the encryption key is lost to time. Physical media feels safe until the company decides it isn't safe. They didn't just cancel it, they erased the entire production line systematically. But missing games are nothing compared to missing faces on screen. Level 3. The broadcast that didn't air. The black episode of SpongeBob SquarePants haunts forum archives still. Rumors claim an episode aired in 2003 featuring real autopsy footage briefly. Nickelodeon denies it ever existed on any official schedule records. Yet thousands of message board posts from that night remain online today. No VHS tape has ever surfaced in 20 years of searching. Was it a mass hallucination or a scrubbed broadcast test run? The collective memory of a generation insists it happened genuinely. You remember the static before the screen went black suddenly. Maybe your brain is filling the gaps with fear incorrectly. Or maybe the tape is sitting in a lawyer's office right now. If your brain is already short-circuiting, there's a full timeline map in the description. Let's keep going. Level 4 involves a signal that nearly caused a national panic. Level 4. The signal that broke reality. BBC's Ghost Watch aired on Halloween night in 1992 specifically. They didn't tell the audience it was fiction until the very end. Over 30,000 phone calls flooded the switchboard in one single hour. People believed the poltergeist was real and dangerous to children. The master recording of the uncut feed was wiped for reuse later. Standard procedure in the 90s saved money but killed history permanently. You felt the fear in your living room that night vividly. Only low-quality VHS rips survive today for us to see now. The original broadcast quality is gone forever from the archives completely. We traded fidelity for convenience and lost the artifact entirely. But wiping a tape is accidental negligence compared to what comes next. Level 5 was a deliberate burial of the future itself. Level 5. The invention buried in a safe. Kodak invented the digital camera in 1975, secretly without telling anyone. They locked it away to protect film sales profits aggressively. Steven Sassen's prototype weighed 8 pounds exactly in your hand. It recorded 0.01 megapixels on a standard cassette tape slowly. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2012, finally, after failing to adapt. The original unit is in a museum, but the source code is missing. They killed their own future to save their past revenue streams. You could have owned digital photos decades earlier than this moment. Instead, we waited for the industry to catch up slowly. Greed erased the timeline of photography for everyone globally. But losing an invention is cheap compared to losing art forever. Level 6 was used as literal insulation in a building wall. Level 6. The film reel used as insulation. Doctor Who episodes were wiped by the BBC until 1978 routinely. The Web of Fear Episode 3 vanished into the void completely. Film was expensive, so they recycled the metal cans for cash. Some reels were sold to a private collector overseas illegally. One episode was found in a religious center in 2013 miraculously. But Episode 3 remains missing from the archive permanently still. It literally lined walls to keep pipes warm in winter cold. 253 episodes of television were destroyed this way in total. Your favorite childhood show exists only in audio recordings now. You hear the voices but see only still photos now. It is a ghost story made of celluloid and dust particles. But one corporation took destruction to the executive level intentionally. Level 7 was shredded by hand by the CEO himself. Level 7. The master tape shredded by CEO. Apple's 1984 commercial, directed by Ridley Scott, was threatened immediately. The original negative was threatened with destruction by leadership instantly. John Scully wanted it gone after the Super Bowl aired once. It cost $900,000 to produce in 1984 money specifically. The agency had to hide the masters to save them secretly. Without that theft, the ad would be lost forever to time. We only have it because someone broke the rules directly. Imagine a world without that cultural moment existing for us. History survives only when people disobey orders directly and boldly. These 7 levels show how fragile our memory really is today. Nothing is safe from the erase button in this industry. Nothing is permanent in the digital age we live in. Check your hard drives.